That kind of looks like we might get some rain. I had planned yesterday to go out to the woodlot today. I was going to split the logs that I'd seasoned last year, toss them into the other side of the woodshed for our various fire and maple sugaring necessities and requirements. And as I've been creating trails around here, I tend to sort of skid a bunch of logs and drop them in a spot. So there's a few down near the river I was gonna go get, skid them up here, buck them. Well, sir, the day slipped out of my fingers, slipped away. It's 5 o'clock now. You think that's gonna stop me from going to the woodlot just because it's 5 in the afternoon? It's 17 degrees outside. October 25th. That is unseasonably warm. So I'm gonna get up first thing in the morning, get to splitting, get to skidding, get to bucking. But I got this woodlot with a big old fire pit, and I kind of feel like doing a bit of camping. So I'm gonna shove everything into the various areas of the truck. We're gonna back on down the woodlot road. Woodlot campsite, truck camp, chore day, bonfire, cold beer, hope I don't get too wet kind of evening. With a red squirrel that's none too happy with my shenanigans already. How's it going, everybody? It's your boy Jay from Simple Woods Life. So I'm drinking another one of these. I don't know why I buy them. You know what? Let me see if I can get some light. I still haven't put those away yet, so it's working in our favor, isn't it? Well, it's a doubler. Doubly doubler. We can blow up our air measures. In the tent this time, eh? I don't know if you guys can see that. Is that better? This keeps happening to me. I might have to do something about this, you know? But for now, Coleman, the sunshine of the night. Well, my structure's not very sound. You know, if we were alone in the wilderness, you wouldn't build a fire like this. Hey kids, it's raining. Let's have a fire. I went camping once, and I had a little S10 pickup truck at that time, and I brought up an entire bed's worth of wood. This was before the ash borer beetle nonsense, and it started raining. I had this kitchen tent that had wall flaps that you could put down in the rain. So we were in there playing cards, and this one guy I didn't know that my buddy brought, he kept going out, you know, whatever, everyone's bladder's different. I go outside and there's a fire going like this. Most of my wood's gone out of the box. And I'm like, you know what his answer was?
Cool base for breakfast.
Needless to say, the next 3 nights we were buying wood. That guy was a jackass. I'm gonna do a baked potato and a mystery sausage. Is it bison? Is it elk? We won't know. Either way, we're gonna serve that up with some sharp cheddar, a little bit of corn relish. I'm a corn relish guy. I like corn relish, maybe a little bit of hot sauce. It's raining again. Weather Network said it wasn't gonna rain till tomorrow. Can you imagine if you were that bad at your job? I don't know why they just don't say like, that to me would be the best. If the Weather Network just said, and it's drizzling, and they said it wasn't gonna drizzle. It wasn't supposed to rain till Friday. And then this morning they're like, oh, maybe it'll rain like a little bit tomorrow. And now they're like, well, maybe it's raining right now. And yet, every time we're about to do something, we consistently say, we should check the Weather Network. Oopsie. What a different experience than our last camp out, eh? Canada. The temperature is so wackadoo different. Last week, you know, by this time we were down 4 or 5 degrees. We're still sitting at 17. We gone from sweater weather to shorts weather. So nice. Camping out of the truck. Is literally throw all your stuff in, like no rhyme or reason, no packing, just pillow on the front seat, sleeping bag, and who cares, right? And stuff that you don't really want on your upholstery. Throw that in the bed of the truck. It's just a kerfuffle in there. And off you go.
The producers would like to note that Jay is fully aware what he's doing is not truck camping, and means no disrespect to the hardcore enthusiasts. At this point, he's basically riding the rails.
I don't want any burn holes in my hoodie, bro. Nice little coal base for cooking here, eh? We'll just tuck that baked potato. Well, currently it's a potato. Let's put that down on the embers and well, here we go, kids. Time for a game of sausage roulette. Is it bison? Is it elk? Who's to know? It is so hard to tell what's cooked and what isn't, because this meat is dark. I know bison's darker than beef, but I also know that elk is leaner. There's not a lot of marbling, but there wasn't a lot of marbling in either one of them. I'm gonna say that potato's done. Put the old bun on. Soft Italian buns. They are so delicious and nutritious. You can eat them even if you're out trying to catch fishes. Whoa. Toaster Marosta. Our first order of business after this is to get this fire going again, bro. Sausage roulette. That's elk. That's elk. Wow, that's nice.
Campfire dinner rundown.
cooking over a open fire, juggling grates on logs, baked potato in the embers, a little bit of dill weed and some sour cream. Forgot my salt and pepper. Did remember my sweet habanero Cholula. Well, that's nice.
Morning, everybody. It's just past 7. Got some birds chirping, but I'm also hearing some rain. We rained throughout the night, and I can't tell. There's no rain hitting the fly right now, but it sounded like rain. It could just be the tree leaves, what's left of them. Got to get up, make some coffee, get a start anyway on the woodshed. Getting it ready for maple syrup season.
Camping toast reminds me of being a boy. We didn't have a toaster, or we didn't use our toaster. My mother, Irish immigrant, and whenever we'd go home to Ireland, they still did their toast in the oven or the cooker. Turn the cooker on and put the toast down. And as a kid, I never wanted to wait for both sides to get toasted. I wanted my toast. So I always had one side very toasty and the other side squishy. And while you can toast both sides on this, I kind of like to do that because it brings me back. Sometimes it's the simplest things, eh? Single side toasted bread, butter, some good strawberry jam, cup of coffee, great outdoors. Here's where we are, and this is good. So chore-wise, there's not a lot. There's not a lot to it. There's not a lot to understand. This is a bunch of pine that I felled last year and just bucked, threw it in there. And over here, that's all old birch. That's what's left of the firewood there. spider on that log over there with its arms out. Circumference of everything. Toe tip to toe tip. It's like the size of a loonie. That's our dollar bill, y'all, in Canada. A loonie. It's a coin. I know the United States has one because I've seen it. I believe I even have one. But you guys were all like, hell no. Whereas Canada was like, oh geez, my pockets sure are getting heavy, eh? When I bought my first chainsaw, they were having some kind of a forest deal. I don't know what you call it, a bushman's deal, where you got a free bushman's kit or foresty kit. Bushman's kit, I think. I don't know what it was, but you got a big case that you put your chainsaw in, big orange plastic case, and you got a pair of safety glasses, and you got this helmet with the ear protection and the mask, and it was great. Love this helmet. The mask has seen some better days. I don't mind that it's bent. I don't care. But these side pieces here, the hinges, where it goes up and down, one of them has broken at the plastic. So I looked online, but the steel dealership websites aren't that great. I went down to my local dealership, and you can't just buy this. I couldn't buy just the mask yesterday at the dealership. And I've looked on Amazon, and when I looked at it online, it was like 40 bucks for the mask. This was 60, and it's a brand new, look at how happy that guy is. It's a brand new helmet, ear protection, and a big ass face mask. It was 60 bucks, and I can't even use that. The last time I was chainsawing with it, it kept coming down, and it's one thing I don't f*** around with is chainsaw. We were looking at it at the dealership yesterday, and both of us were confused because, you know, it comes with a flyer and it's all unassembled. Now, it doesn't feel maybe as tough as the other, but time will tell. I hate that I had to buy a new one, but I also hate the fact that I might go down this rabbit hole of how many deliveries, returns, to get a face mask, potentially stopping me from even getting out there. This helmet isn't going anywhere. Nothing wrong with having two helmets. It used to be when something broke, you fixed it. And if you couldn't fix it, you went and got a new part. And now they don't, you know, nobody wants to sell new parts. It's like anything with the truck. I remember back in the day, like, you go to the junkyard and you'd get another bumper and you'd bolt it onto your Chevette. Nowadays, like, oh, that's the entire front assembly of your vehicle. So, I guess that's how business rolls. So, we've got ourselves a helmet. Something like that, I guess. Is there a left and right on these, or are they the same? This visor will not provide unlimited protection against severe hazards such as, but not limited to, fragmenting grinding wheels, explosive devices, welding rays, corrosive liquids, or molten metal. Well, I feel ripped off then, don't I? Because I bought this for its molten metal protection. The old one, I can't even get it to, like, it's f***ed. The visor, what, slides in. Well, damn. I don't know if I look like an idiot, but that feels way better. I love this. The amount of shit that would fly in. Well, there we go. that is really coming down. Jeez. I'm gonna go play with the dog, see if this lightens up a little bit, and then we'll get chainsawing. Well, the weather's holding out for us a little bit anyway. It's stopped drizzling for the moment. Looking at a couple of the piles I gotta get. This bad boy, I don't know if that would qualify as a widowmaker, but geez Louise, it's precarious, eh? This one's lying on top, so I'll treat it like pick 'em up sticks. Pick up sticks, pick 'em up sticks, pick up sticks. You know the game, pick up sticks. That's what I'm gonna treat it like. And then while I'm here, I see some dead standing with this birch and this rotted out piece. There's like that balance in the ecosystem where you wanna leave some dead trees, right? For the forest creatures and the Keebler elves. I'm not a Keebler elf, but then you also wanna make sure that you don't have a series of matchsticks on your property. And then, you know, you also want to make sure that you're leaving lots of room for more sunlight to get in and allow different things to grow, which is kind of insane because this forest is primarily, where I'm at anyway, primarily cedar, but there's a lot of pines growing now. Like I can see hundreds of pines, none of them even more than 3 or 4 feet high. But like, there's the difference. The forest is changing itself into something else. I think I may have made things worse.
Got to know when to hold up, know when to fold up.
I think what I'm gonna have to do is like toss a rope over that or something and kind of maybe try and pull it down. What's freaking me out is there's this massive pine. Just freaking massive. It's gotta be 50, 60 feet maybe? I'd say 50 at least. This big mama jama fell down, snapped this guy right in half. That's the part I was cutting. Snapped it in half. The tip of him snapped in half because there's another 10 feet up there. It's resting up against that cedar. And then the cluster of branches and looks like a Jackson Pollock painting there, they're all kind of woven onto each other over this single stump. Like, I don't even know where to start. I had hoped that cutting down the tail end of that would have caused it to sort of spring over. That was my working theory. And I was proved wrong. I was proven quite incorrect. I can't cut this or this will fall on me. If I cut that base, maybe this would fall, but that might fall then onto me because the stump is still half in the ground. We have had some really wild wind in here. You can see some of the trees, well, quite a few of the cedars have blown right over. And why does this matter, cutting these down in the middle of the woods? Well, it's real hard to see here, but this is a walking trail. What I'm on over here is a quad bypass. But that walking trail hooks up to the main trail. We call it the Moose Trail because it's the longest trail around our entire property. And I don't know if you can see those little orange flags. It gets kind of swampy at one spot here during the spring thaw, so this little orange thing is kind of a cut around. And this is where you come out. So while it doesn't look like much, it is in fact much.
You got to know when to hold 'em, when to hold 'em.
I got a little bit down there we can load up. We'll get a trailer's full, if nothing else. So we can bring those up to the woodlot, if nothing else, and get them bucked. And I can think about this. I can noodle this a little bit longer, right? You're not supposed to start unless you know your plan's rock solid, but you don't learn that your plan's not rock solid unless you start. It's a conundrum. What I've got right now, that's just a gong show. I've got another long pine, pretty small, like thin, but long. So I can take it down, add it to our trailer of goodiness. Sorry, it's already down, but I can chop it up, saw it up, give it a little slice saw. Man, everything's a pain in the ass, isn't it? Holy cow! You should be heavier. Whoa. Not exactly what I wanted to do, but we've got some logs, and we'll head on up and we'll clear out that other pile. So this is my sawbuck. For those of you know about sawbucks, then you know about sawbucks. For those of you who don't, they allow me to cut a bunch of wood all at a quick, relatively quick pace. Just making sure that that's a plane and not my buddy with his flying seat. Still got that craft beer kind of souriness. Don't worry, this isn't turning into a beer channel. But when you're doing this kind of outdoorsy stuff, and you're in the woods, and the jays are mad at you, and you know, you went to the lodge to get one of these, and the wife says, you stink like you've been on a snow machine. Oh, okay. Well, bar oil, gas, and bug spray. I think I smell pretty amazing. Gonna start a little fire before we stack this wood. It was 17, now it's 6. Hey kids, don't take any survival tips on how to start a fire from this guy. I was a boy scout in the Scouts organizations. They taught us the log cabin technique and they taught us the teepee technique. This is the geez, I hope it catches technique. I'm gonna use another match because there's 250 in here. Look at it go. Come on, who are we kidding? That's nice. It stopped raining about 9:30, quarter to 10. It's 4 now, 4:51. But it's got cold. It's amazing when you look at how little you actually get accomplished. Part of it has to do with the filming process because you're constantly moving the camera around. But that's not that much. It's just you know, to get to stuff. Like if I had all the logs in the forest up here, a full day of bucking, and I'd have this thing overflowing. But you got to go get them. You get sidetracked along the way, but this is quite an enjoyable way to pass the time. I preferred camping in the campsite, but there's nothing wrong with camping. I love camping. Camping here was good too. Apparently we've got some below zero forecasts coming our way pretty darn quick, so that's probably going to be what's going on this week, is getting a bunch of that outdoor work, taking care of putting away things and getting other things out. I'm just going to enjoy this fire. It'll be dark very shortly. And yeah, we'll see what's in store for the next adventure. Thanks so much for hanging out and coming along for this silly journey. I did not intend to camp, but we camped, and it was good. And oh wow, hello to all the new subscribers. Just wild to see how many people have jumped on board. Love having everyone along. Welcome to all of you, and we're just gonna keep doing our little woodsy shenanigans. Take care.